Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to day 15 of Inktober Tangles for 2024. We are almost halfway through. It's hard to believe. And I'm having fun. Some of these patterns I've played around with and really enjoyed doing a few new things with them, and I hope that you're enjoying this too. Just as a reminder, I'm using 2-inch tiles. Some of these are actual bijou tiles. The others are watercolor paper that I have colored with watercolor. And then I'm going to put them in a 12 by 12 inch frame. I encourage you to look at the information in the links that are below each video to find out more about my disc bound system and the way that I'm putting this together at the end, okay? So each day I show you ways that I have practiced this pattern, and then I put these pages into this disc bound book. And again, there is a video where I show how I've done that. All right. I am using a Micron PN, which means plastic nib, a Zentangle graphite pencil, which is just a number 2 pencil, and then a blending tool known as a tortillon. And I keep this in there just to keep the tip pushed out because I'm kind of rough on my supplies sometimes. These are our reminders. Don't overthink it for any of these patterns that are a little challenging. Don't worry about it. I want to stress again that I practice these a lot. I have a sketchbook where I practice, and I work on this until I can show them to you, and I may make it look easy, but again, I have practiced. So don't feel bad if it takes a little bit for you to figure these out, okay? You don't have to use the exact same supplies as what I'm doing. You can do this on any size tile with any pen or pencil that you have, okay? And I'm going to introduce another little reminder. I saw this when I was looking at Elena Light's videos and some of the things that she had shared on Instagram. And she had a rock where she had written on there, she had written, draw until happy. I had to write that down. I had to. So I have been drawing some of these things that have really made me happy. I've really enjoyed working on them. I got this idea off of the Mosaic app, and the person who did that in the orb like that is at RB Harmon, CZT. She did that in March of 2018, and I just wanted to give her credit because I used her idea for this and just made an orb with a grid similar to floors, and then just simply put these little lines in there. Tofube ends up looking like a folded towel or a folded blanket, okay? And the person who deconstructed this pattern, they call her Damy, but her full name is Mei Huan, and they call her Damy Teng, and she's a CZT. Okay, I just wanted to give you her full name in case you go looking for it. Excuse me. All right, simple pattern, and I'm going to show you on this bijou size tile the different ways that you can do this. You could do it in a grid like I've done here, okay? You can use it as a filler in any space on your tile, and you simply start out with whatever shape you want and then put these lines in there similar to what we did for Ambler on day 1, and then add a little bit of weighting on the corners. Okay, so let's see what we can get on here. I'm going to use my Micron PN. And let's start with making this one look like a sleeping bag. That's what it reminds me of when I see the kind of round one. And I'm going to make this one a little more of an oval. And then we're just going to come in and make a spiral coming around. And then stop. And then we're just going to put these little spikes. Not worried about the spacing. Just keep coming around. I couldn't decide which shape I wanted to do, so I thought I'd do them all. Oh, that one's kind of odd. No mistakes. Okay. And then when you get to the end, we're just going to put a line across there and then connect those. Okay, and I think this looks a little better with it being a little bit heavier line on the outside. Just for me, because then it really makes it look like a sleeping bag. Okay, and then I'm just going to round that a little bit on that edge. Okay, so there's a round one. And now let's try a triangle. And I'm rounding the corners just because it, again, reminds me of different ways of folding a blanket or a towel. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did here. We're going to start adding a few little spikes, but especially on the corners. And you don't have to put these spikes down the middle. I was just thinking that's not what I did on the first one, but it's okay. No mistakes, right? Okay, here's that one again if you just want to do the corners. Okay, and I round that a little bit. I like to add a little bit of weighting or rounding on the corners. Okay. And then I'm going to do just a big rectangle. And then again, it's going to be like a folded blanket. And then I'm going to put weighting right here, rounding on each of these corners. So I'm rounding on the inside and adding this little spike. I have a spike on this end. A spike on each corner. I think here we'll just put one big spike. Okay. Maybe a little bit of rounding here. Right? Oops. No mistakes. Yeah, I put that extra ink there and then I smeared it. It's okay. And next, the shading is what really makes the difference. You can see between these and that one. So we're just gonna put some graphite on both sides of the lines that we made. And then come back with our blending tool and just soften that. And when you get those shadows in there like that, then it really makes it look like it's something that's folded. And then with what's left on my tortillon, I was going around just the very outside part. Okay, there's that one. Do the triangle. Okay, and then we'll do it on our little wonky rectangle. Again, just have fun with this. I really have tried to work on some of these that are challenging until I have fun with them. And that's, like I said, when I saw that, I had to write it down. Draw until you're happy. Okay, now soften it. It's not perfect, and that's okay. All right. What do you think? I think these look pretty good, and that one's okay. But this one was fun. I really enjoyed doing that one. And like I said, all I did was come in from different areas, different sides, and then put the the graphite along each one. So I did use like a lid to draw my circle. That's why it looks good. And that's okay. I have a variety of little flat lids that I keep in my art space. And when I need to make a circle, I use them. Not every time, but sometimes. Okay, there we go. So that is day 15. Wow, we're halfway through. Halfway, well, I guess tomorrow would be closer to halfway through, but there's some different ways that you can do Tofube. All right, I hope you had fun with that. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave comments, share, and mostly come back tomorrow for day 16 and we'll have some fun again. Thank you, my friends. Bye.